Hey there, planners. Today I'm excited to bring you a planner system update. I have hinted around at this over the past couple videos, but I really want to share with you what's going to be staying the same and what changes I'm making to my planner system going forward. So go grab your planners and let's get planning. All right, so I started out the year digital planning for everything. My personal planning, my faith journaling, my content planning, work planning, everything in a single digital planning system, all on my iPad Pro. So this is my 12:9 iPad Pro, and in this great cover from Otto. I'll have this and everything else I talk about as far as supplies listed down in the description box below. But this is how I started, and I intentionally did that. I intentionally dove 100% headfirst into digital planning to start the year because, quite frankly, I had not given digital planning a real effort, and I really wanted to test it out and see, what are its capabilities, what are its limitations, how does it perform for me as a planning system. There are so many things I love about digital planning, and I actually have a whole video about all the reasons why digital planning kind of outranks physical planning in a lot of ways. And I'll have that video listed down in the description box below if you're interested in learning more about why I really, really like digital planning. So I've really enjoyed it. It's been great. I have learned a ton. I learned to build my own digital planner. I have a whole video series teaching you how to build your own digital planner in case you're interested in that. Again, I'll have those videos linked down in the description box below, just kind of sharing everything I learned along the way. It's been a really great journey and experience, and I am going to definitely have digital planning as part of my planning system forever going forward. I just have learned a ton. It's a great way to plan, particularly for work. I find digital planning for me, for work planning, works really, really well. I have very specific systems and sections of a planner that I need, and being able to build my own customized planner digitally for work, have that protection and security, having it all digital and on the cloud in GoodNotes, it really, really works for me. However, with all that said, I also really missed my stickers. I missed my stickers, I missed my tombos, I missed my pins, I missed my tip-ins, my vellums, all the things. I missed them. And that's something that you definitely have stickers and planner decor options with digital planning, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. And it's really hard for me to explain that or quantify that or rationalize that. It's just not the same. And so I am so glad that I dove headfirst into digital planning and really poured into it and, put everything into digital planning because I learned so much. And I'm going to continue to keep digital planning as part of my system for work. However, I really missed paper, and I'm going to be adding that back into my system. All right, so I talked about in a recent video how I had updated my wallet planner system for 2022, and I shared with you some beautiful leather that I got, Moterm planner cover that I got for that wallet. Well, this might look familiar and similar because it is the exact same color and another Moterm cover. This is what I am adding into my planning system to meet my needs for paper, and I'm really excited to introduce you guys to this. I'm still very early in the process of figuring out how I'm going to incorporate this and making that transition from digital planning for my personal planner, my everyday carry, into this. So I've still got a lot to learn. I'm not going to do a plan with me today. I do want to do a plan with me in the future after I figure some more things out. But I want to introduce you to this guy. So we'll start with the cover. The cover is a A5 Moterm in the color Pebble Pink. It's beautiful. It feels so good. I'm in love with this color right now. So now this actually matches the wallet planner that I introduced you guys to, in my previous video. I'll have that link down in the description box. But so now I've got kind of a matching set here. This is the A5, and what's inside this A5 planner is a Hobonichi cousin. A5 full year Hobonichi cousin is what I have in here. So this is not my first run with Hobonichi. I actually kind of played with a Hobonichi cousin last year. I was not using it as my main planner. I was using it as like a memory keeper, a place to create a journal. Actually, I didn't know what I was using it for, quite honestly. I was trying to make it like an auxiliary planner, and I, dabbled with it for a few months, but it ended up really not kind of being a waste. If you know anything about the Hobonichi cousin, it is a heavy-duty planner. So you've got yearly sections, monthly sections, weekly sections, daily sections. I mean, it's just like there's a lot going on in the Hobonichi cousin. So I think trying to use that planner last year as kind of an auxiliary extra supplemental planner, I couldn't figure it out. There were just too many sections, and I had fun playing with it and, enjoyed the experience of learning the paper and stuff, but it just didn't work out. Well, I decided to give it another try. And this year, I am going to try using the Hobonichi cousin as my everyday carry personal planner. So just not as an auxiliary or supplemental planner, just everything. I still have my work planning and digital planning space, but for non-work stuff, I'm going to give this guy a go. I'll talk a little bit about what's in here and kind of initially how I've set this up. So I've got some decorative cards here in this Moterm cover. These are all things that I printed and laminated myself. I've got an ollie clip here. These are really just decor. This is an old gift card that I put some washi samples on. I've got some Simply Gilded washi here, and also, kind of to use it as a washi cutter. These are just decorative. There's nothing on here. This is just decorative paper, patterned paper. I really liked the black and white theme, kind of like the same theme that I did with my wallet planner. I kind of repeated that here because I really liked it. I do have this task card, which is a no recipes dinner task card, and it's got a list of kind of go-to quick, no recipes required weeknight meals, and I really use those and reference those quite a bit. I've got a planner card here from Planner Press. I love that. I love the florals, so I just keep that here. And then this little girl from Pumpkin Paper Co., which I don't believe her shop is open anymore, which makes me really sad because I absolutely loved these little character stickers, and I'm running out. So if anybody knows where you can find this this girl, this actually, I cut it out of the package, the card that she sent with the package I ordered. So absolutely love her. Okay, and then for the actual planner, I have a A5 clear. I happen to have another set here that I ordered because this was my last one, and I like to keep these on hand. But these are Midori. They come in a pack of, I believe there's 2 in here. Maybe it's just 1. But I get these off Amazon. I'll have them linked down below. But they are really handy for clear covers for any A5 planner. I put scrapbook paper here and some little die cuts on for 2022. And then let me flip over to the back. I don't have anything going on in the back. I just have the planner stuck in, but nothing in the pockets yet. I do have my Unijet Stream multi-pin, which I absolutely love, in the pink that kind of goes with the planner cover. So that's kind of the setup and housing. What I want to do is go through how I think I'm going to be using the sections of this planner. And I have been playing around with this. I've had this for about a month, maybe a little less, and just kind of playing around, back planning, playing around with the different layouts, trying to figure out how I'm going to use things. And so I'll show you how I've been playing around with it and talk about what I think I'm going to do. And then of course, I'll share, future plan with me's as I kind of nail that down. So in the front, I do have this planner card stuck in here. This was a freebie from Coffee Monsters Co., but then I've covered it up with sticky notes because I really use a lot of sticky notes in pre-planning, things like that. So I've got sort of a array of different types of sticky notes, some Simply Gilded, some tabs from Planner Press. I've just got a different sticky notes to grab and go. A couple of stickers just on the cover page, and then right into the planner. So I did end up printing these myself. This is actually a freebie year at a glance from Wonderful. I'm using this as a cycle tracker, so this is just for reference, and then I've got 2023 here to take any notes or pop any sticky notes that I want to about next year. I did go ahead and put some stickers that I printed and created just with the name of the month and then some flowers down here because I don't really intend to use that section. I am using this as an index. I've seen some great videos about how people are using this section of the Hobonichi for habit tracking and things like that. I've never been really good at tracking habits. I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I tend to not follow through on habit tracking, so I didn't want to use that. I am using it like an index for how I use the daily pages. If there's something I put on the daily pages and I want to come back and reference. Now, I haven't been using this planner on a daily basis. This was all just me playing around and filling up the daily pages over the course of a month with different things that I might want to reference. So I went ahead and plugged those in here. I am using tabs, and I use my label maker to put names on the tabs. So like this says index, this one says year, month, week, today, task, things like that. So the next section, I actually completely covered up the page and used the freebies from Coffee Monster Co. with the yearly calendars. I actually made this future log on sticker paper and then printed it out. I just made it in Word, Microsoft Word, and printed it out. And I went ahead and plugged in all the future events. This is a great place for me to keep, a look at future events. And I do have the tab here that says year. All right, and then here's a monthly calendar. So this was January, and this was the struggle that I think a lot of people have when they are just learning to use Hobonichi Cousin and really thinking about monthly, weekly, daily, how do you want to use it and how do you want to capture. For monthly, I just plugged in the weather. I am super into tracking the weather. I always have been. I like to look back at it. I had a grandfather that did that and had years worth of calendars with highs and low temperature and what the weather was. And I don't know, it's nostalgic for me. So I like to do that. And so that's what I've done here. I've just used the monthly calendar for weather. And also I did put in just like holidays, any big holidays, MLK Day, New Year's Day, stuff like that in the top box. I shaded the top box, added some washi, and the title of the month. I really think I'm going to keep the monthly spread very simple like this. The only thing I've thought about possibly adding in addition to the weather is maybe meal planning, because I do like to look at meal planning on a monthly basis. So that's kind of my plan for monthlies. I want to keep this very simple. Let me flip over to the week. So I flipped over to a weekly. I did go ahead and put a sticker kit down. This is a week in March. This is the week of the 14th through the 20th. I did go ahead and put a sticker kit down for a couple of weeks in March, and I just wanted to kind of show you how I think I'm going to be using this. So I do have the date covers. This sticker kit actually comes from Paper Crown Planner, and it's called Pinch Proof. It's actually a freebie sticker kit, one that she has retired and made available to the members of her Facebook group. So if you're looking for a really awesome St. Patrick's Day sticker kit, definitely go check out Paper Crown Planner on online, and then also her Facebook group for some freebies. But so I've got that kit down. The washi is beautiful. Kind of put washi at the top, and then in the sidebar I've got a decorative sticker, and I do have a Monday through Sunday sticker here where I think I'm going to put the meal plan, because I do like to have a view, even though I'm thinking about putting that on the monthly calendar because I like to plan it monthly. I do like to see it when I am planning out the week, because what I cook on a certain night may have something to do with what's going on that day. Like if there's a game, one of my daughters has an athletics event or something going on, I just need to think about that as I'm planning, or I know I'm going to be working late, stuff like that. So I'm not really thinking I'm going to use the time bars so much, but I do have sectioned off the bottom for to-dos, because there are to-dos that I am tracking or going to want to track through the week. And so I wanted to section off this bottom part for to-dos. So this is kind of the layout. And then I just sprinkled decor, around different things. I'm going to try this out. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just kind of playing around at this point. So more to come on this, but this is how I'm thinking I'm going to use the weeklies. All right, and now I've flipped over to March and in the dailies. And you'll see I have a grocery list here. And I should say that for the dailies, I don't think I'm going to use the dailies for daily planning every day, because I don't need a very detailed daily plan every day. When I'm working, most of my day is about planning for work. And so all of that planning will be still maintained in my digital planner for work. So I don't necessarily need every day for a huge breakdown of daily planning. I also don't want to journal every day. I do journal many days. I also have my faith planner where I do a lot of prayer writing, things like that, journaling in there. So I don't necessarily need a page every day to journal. So I think in some cases I'm going to, kind of be utilizing the date on the daily pages. In some cases I'm not. I'm just going to make a list or scribble down notes or, write content ideas, or just whatever I want to use that daily page for. But in some cases, I may actually be planning on that day. So I wanted to show you just kind of how I set up the beginning of March and kind of my intentions for how I'm going to use the daily pages. This first thing is the freebie from Sterling Ink, the calendar. I absolutely love this. I printed it on vellum and tipped it in. I do have a video showing how I tip things in. I'll leave that down in the description box below in case anyone is interested. On the cover page, the blank cover page that is on each month, I have a master task list, and then I just use sticky notes because these may change out, and if I complete everything on the sticky note or I get it scheduled somewhere else in the weeklies, then I will get rid of that sticky note. But just kind of threw down some sticky notes and kind of have a brain dump type area here. I also went ahead and captured, there are certain tombos I want to use for the month of March, kind of my color scheme. And so I went ahead and put those here and wrote down, the numbers of the tombos. So got a little bit of washi at the top, but that's kind of like a dashboard for the month of March. I did go ahead and set up space for my March goals, and I've got my 3 goals: mindfulness, college bound, and personal brand. I've got those here for me to talk about that. I set up an income and expenses tracker because that is part of my one of my goals is to make sure I'm doing that every month. So I've got place to capture any income, place to capture any expenses totals, for each, and then what is the net. So that's kind of finance. And then the next spread is my content calendar. The next 2 pages are my content calendar. And so I went ahead and set that up, which takes me to the 5th. And then, I'm just going to see how it goes. I don't really have a plan for the daily pages or know exactly how I'm going to use them. Some of them are going to be dated, based on the date. Some of them are not. I'll just treat them like notes pages. So that is a look at my new kind of back to paper, back to Hobonichi, updated planning system. I'm really excited about this. I'm excited to be back in paper and into my supplies and stickers. I missed it. I really, really missed it. Even though there are so many wonderful benefits to digital planning, and logically, digital planning makes more sense. I missed having my paper planner, so I'm really excited to be back into paper. I would love to hear from you. Are you making planning system updates as we head into spring? If so, what are they? How is your planning system changing? You know, I have always talked about and been a proponent of planning system. There's no such thing as planner peace. There's peace for the moment, but then our planning systems have to evolve and change just as we do. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some inspiration out of it. If so, give me a thumbs up and let me know. And stay tuned for more on how I am using this guy. Thanks for planning with me.